It is official now. Andrew Bogut will not play for the remainder of the NBA Finals. He's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks, but apparently he does not need surgery, which is a good sign. But obviously he's not well enough to come back to help them in this series. The injury was pretty bad. He landed awkwardly and his knee bent the wrong way. That's never a good sign. So he's not playing. That changes a lot for the Golden State Warriors. He's not their best lineup. When he's out there, that's not Golden State's best lineup, but it's a nice lineup for them to have. The Golden State Warriors, they're a very good defensive team. They play physical. They have a lot of different players that can switch and guard multiple positions. And Bogut, he really just helps it all out, because what happens, they do a good job of staying in front of whoever they're guarding. But whenever somebody slips through, especially in this series like Kyrie or LeBron, then they're met by Andrew Bogut at the rim. And they're still trailing the play. They're still in there making it tough. So they kind of delay the layup attempt. They make them hesitate a little bit. And then Bogut comes over there and changes shots. Another thing that Bogut does is he sets the best screens. A lot of these Curry wide open threes, or even Clay's threes, a lot of them are set up by Andrew Bogut screens. He's so big, so strong. And yeah, some of these screens are even moving screens. He's very crafty with the way he does it, because at first he stands still. And after the initial contact, he then moves in the direction that they're going to try to go around. So technically, a lot of his screens are illegal screens, but the way that he does them, he's not moving on the initial contact. It's after they already bump into him. Then when you try to go around, he then moves again. And you're allowed to move after. It's very tricky. It's kind of like Kevin Garnett. Garnett was the same way. He would set the same type of screens. So now that Bogut is out, those looks aren't going to be there. Curry is not going to get that Bogut wide open look. It's going to be very interesting. They're losing something on offense and on defense with Bogut not being out there. And now the Golden State Warriors are going to have to play small ball basically the entire game. And that's why Bogut is so great for this team, because he can give you some minutes where you're playing a more traditional lineup. And sometimes he'll even fake like he's going to do a post move, and then he turns into a passer. They have guys cutting. They're really going to miss his presence. They are getting Draymond Green back, but this is going to be a very interesting game 6. The Warriors don't really have another guy like Bogut that can play that role and play it as well with the screens and the shot blocking. They have a Zealy, but you don't really want to give him extended minutes. Sometimes when he's out there, he does a great job. But all Golden State Warrior fans know you don't want a Zealy getting big minutes in these finals. So it changes their strategy. And without him on the floor, the Cavaliers are going to be just pounding the paint. And they've already done that. In the last game, they've been getting into the paint more. They're playing a different style. The Cavaliers are now. And with Bogut missing, it's going to be a murder in the paint. The battle that we are going to see in the paint in game 6 is so popcorn worthy. If you remember in game 1, LeBron was trying to bully his way into the paint and Bogut was blocking shots. Bogut had 4 block shots in the first quarter. Now that he's not there, who knows what's going to happen when LeBron starts bullying or trying to bully his way into the paint. And it's the same thing with Kyrie. Kyrie's been getting into the paint too much. Now, we have some drama for the Cleveland Cavaliers. There's a story floating around. I guess we could categorize this as a rumor. But there's reports saying that J.R. Smith is going to opt out of his contract at the end of the season to become a free agent. Now, why would this come up in the middle of the NBA Finals? I really hope this isn't true, because why would you even be thinking about next season when you're still competing for a championship? And it's so sad, because I felt that J.R. Smith was going to explode in game 6. I feel like he's due for an explosion. He's had a few bad games. He's a really streaky player. I felt like he was going to explode. But if this story is true, then there's no way he explodes, because he's not focused. Last year in the finals, he disappeared because he was not focused. He was coming into the game on that little Segway thing, whatever you call that, hoverboard, whatever that is. He was wearing hoodies with the hoodie pulled in so tight, shooting jump shots. He was just distracted. So if he's thinking about his contract situation, that means he's distracted. And last year, it's so funny because last year he opted out and he actually lost money because he thought that he would get more money. I don't know why, because he had such a bad finals performance. He actually lost $4 million last year when he opted out. So this year, if he's thinking about opting out again, he's probably going to lose more money because he hasn't really performed that well, at least not yet. But if he can have a good game 6 and then a game 7, then yeah, maybe he can think about opting out and maybe he'll get offered more money. I don't know, but you shouldn't be thinking about this when you're in the middle of the finals. You're down 3-2, you're going home. You should not be distracted. You should be locked in. So hopefully these are just rumors that aren't true. Hopefully. And let me know what you think now with Bogut being out and with this rumor story. Who do you have winning game 6 tomorrow? Let's discuss in the comment section. He has to show up. He has to have a good game. What if he's off this game? Game 6 is going to be lit. Game 6 is going to be fire. Look at that alley-oop. It's going to be fire like that alley-oop. That no-look behind my head alley-oop. And if LeBron is attacking like he was tonight,